Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about confidence. Now this is a bit of a tricky subject because I know a lot of people either don't want to admit that they feel really confident because they think it makes them look like arrogant, or they don't want to admit their lack of confidence because they don't want to seem insecure in their lives. But let me tell you, confidence is not something that is born overnight, that just explodes overnight. Confidence is something that is cultivated. It has to be cared for and grown over time, and then eventually you will see progress and you will see growth. It has taken me a long time, many years, to get to the level of confidence that I feel like I'm at right now in my life, and I've learned a lot over the journey. I have some tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys today so that you can start implementing them in your own life and watch as your confidence grows, watch as you become more self-assured in your own self. So keep on watching to learn how you can start taking these tips and tricks and putting them to work for yourself. Remember, if you like what you see in this video and you want some daily inspiration and tips about style and confidence and beauty, you can follow me on Instagram at Tabitha Faith. You can visit my blog. I have all the resources linked down below. So tip number one, eliminate self-doubt. Now that's a can of worms in and of itself because that can mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. But what I think we all can collectively gain from that is that we need to start eliminating negative thoughts in our mind, negative self-talk really, because how can you begin to believe positive, true things about yourself when you are agreeing with negativity about yourself? When you agree that you are fat, that you are ugly, that you can never do this, you will never have this type of business, yada, yada, yada. So how can you begin to see the positive side of things and believe in yourself and thus increase your confidence level in those areas if you're constantly agreeing with your negative self-talk? So what I want you to do is when that thought enters your mind, it's not like you're like, oh, I'm a terrible person because I thought this about myself. No, like realize it came, it happened. But you know what? I internally and sometimes externally, I'll be like, no, that's not true. That's not real. So the second that you decide to disagree with the negativity in your life is the second that it will start to leave, and you'll find that you have less negative self-talk. It's not going to happen overnight for you. Once again, this is not like a quick fix. It takes time of saying no to negativity and yes to positivity for your mindset to begin to change, and eventually the self-talk will become more on the positive side instead of the negative. Now, I have to say, I'm not perfect. It's not like I walk around every single day thinking, I look beautiful, like I'm so amazing. No, I wake up some days and I feel inadequate, I feel ugly, I feel blah, 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 blah. And you know what I have to do? I have to really amp up my say no to negative self-talk. So it is a working, ongoing, continual process. But if you start with that, that is the foundation that every other thing about building and cultivating confidence I'm going to talk about, that's what it's built on, is starting with a yes to who you are, not saying who you're not. I feel like I'm preaching up in here. Whew. Tip number two, say something positive about yourself, and yes, out loud. Oh, I know, cringy, right? I know this might seem a little bit of woo-woo, but after you've said no to the negative self-talk, you need to replace that with something that is positive. So I sometimes will look at myself in the mirror if I'm having a bad day, and I will say one good thing about myself. Look myself in the eye and say it about myself. And I know that might seem a little crazy, but I'm telling you, it works. If you release that positivity into the atmosphere, and even just hearing yourself say that to yourself changes something in you. Over time, it will change. I promise you that. So after you've eliminated negative self-talk, you want to implement positive self-talk by saying something that you like about yourself. It could be complimenting yourself physically. It could be saying how good of a mother you are, how hard of a worker you are. Whatever is really bothering you on the negative self-talk, replace that with a positive version of that after you've said no to the negative self-talk. Number three, surround yourself with positivity and positive people. Now, I know there's a theme going on here about some positivity, but there's a reality behind that. You know as well as I do that if you surround yourself with a negative Nancy, that you're going to become a negative Nancy. I am the world's worst, that if I am with someone who constantly complains, I find myself starting to complain and complain some more and complain some more. And then I'm just unhappy and complaining all the time. And I'm like, what is this? This is not my personality. I'm a naturally joyful, happy person. And when I become that negative, complaining person, I know I have to look around, and I'm not blaming anyone else for my own actions, but I'm saying you are affected by your friends and the people around you, and you know that as well. So I like to surround myself with people who don't talk trash about themselves. It's not like I don't associate with anyone who feels bad about themselves and voices it. Sometimes I do that myself too, because guess what? I'm not perfect. But if you're with someone who constantly is talking about like what they can and cannot do, as far as like, I can't eat this, I can't eat that because blah, 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 it'll make my thighs bigger. All you're going to think about is, oh, well, I can't eat this and I can't do this, and are my thighs already too big? Like, it's going to have this negative effect on you all the way around. Or someone who's constantly complaining about, I use style a lot as a reference, or beauty, because obviously that's a large portion of my channel and my platform is about style and beauty. So if someone's always putting themselves down about certain things about their body or their hair, whatever, you are going to start taking that on yourself and start kind of picking your own self apart that way. So try to surround yourself with people who see themselves in a positive light, who have started on this process of self-love, of cultivating confidence in their own life, and that's really going to help you on your own journey. And tip number 4, we're going to take it to a lighter side of things because we've been getting pretty heavy into like the self-evaluation stage. So tip number 4 is dress the way that makes you feel your best. I am a strong believer in finding your uniform or what works for you, knowing what that is. And I don't mean yoga pants, because even though we all love yoga pants, you know you don't feel your absolute best in yoga pants. So let's push those to the side. I want you to think about that outfit in your life. It could be a dress, it could be a skirt and a top, it could be skinny jeans and a tunic. Whatever is your uniform that makes you feel the best about yourself, that you love the way you look in photos, that's your go-to outfit when you're having a day where your confidence level is pretty low. So when I wake up and I feel kind of trash, I will put on an outfit that I know I'm killer in. So when I see myself in the mirror, I know it sounds vain, but I'll be able to like what I see more if I'm wearing what looks the absolute best on me, what is my favorite thing on me. It creates a platform for the other tips and tricks that we've talked about to really work off of. I can be positive to myself because I've really created a space for that positivity. I'm not saying you have to be wearing this or that to always feel good about yourself, but this is when you're having one of those days where you just don't feel good at all. If you put on something that you know you look good in, it's going to really create a better view of yourself for that day. So tip number 5, whether or not you are spiritual, I think we can all agree that we have intrinsic worth and value. So in those darkest of days, in those darkest of moments, you really need to reach inside of you and remember how much you're worth and what your value is to the world, because that's what's going to help you out every single day. I don't spend every moment of every day in this like euphoric spiritual atmosphere of how valuable I am and worthy I am to be loved. But when there are days that you really feel it, when you're really questioning a lot about yourself, remembering that you bring value to the world and remember that you are worth something and that you are worthy to be loved, will take that confidence level and skyrocket it. And it will especially help tips number 1, 2, and 3 come to pass. Because when you realize that you have value and you realize you have worth, then there's not a reason for negative self-talk. You find all the reason for positive self-talk. So I know that looking inside of you and recognizing all that you are and that you are worthy just as you are, even at this point in your journey, that's what's going to turn the knob for you. That's what's going to make you wake up one morning, look in the mirror, and believe the positive things that you've been saying about yourself. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I know it's a little heavier than my normal content, but I really want you guys to know that you have someone that you can reach out to here for help. If you need help in your confidence journey, please feel free to reach out via Instagram or my email that you can find down below, and I'll help in any capacity that I can. I love helping you guys feel and look your best so that you can walk out into the world ready to tackle whatever comes your way, and that brings me so much joy. So if you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like and hit that red subscribe button, because I'm going to be creating more content like this, and you for sure don't want to miss the style and beauty inspiration, but mixed in with the cultivating confidence that I have coming up for you guys in the next few months. So until next time, guys, remember that you are loved, you are valued, and you are worthy. Have a great day. Bye.